Els, are you going to run through the rules
Yep,
one more
we'll
time?
do one more time. We'll go through the rules here. Here we go. Get back here to my notes, to all of my, with the ominous music in the background. Here we go. Yeah, proud to present another Battleground, Episode 4, Cold War. This will be a 10v10 event. 10-100 assault mode, 10-minute timer with tier 10s. Americans will always defend. That means they will be on the left-hand side of the room. Both teams will play both sides of both maps. We will have 4 games out of this. If there is to be a tiebreaker, we have a map picked out for that. Max, 3 types of 1 type of tank, i.e. 3 E5s and 3 IS7s. Max of 3 TDs, only 2 of the same type though. So 2 E4s, 1 E3, 2 2.268s, and 1 2.63. Any which way. If the defending team brings an Arty, offense can bring an Arty. But if defense does not bring an Arty, offense cannot place an Arty on the field. 3 maps for this evening. First one coming out, the Soviets' invasion from the sea. Coming in at Pacific Island War. At the same time, those pesky Russians are coming in from the north also through the Alaska and the Tundra. So we're going to be off to map 2 on Tundra. And if we have a tiebreaker to game 5, the Americans are going back and attacking the Soviets in a Red Dawn scenario on highway encounter. Legit, would you want to roll through yet again some of the stuff that we talked about after we probably launch here? NFTG coming out with Bees in an E4 with Pure Light, Cornbread in the E3, Skrilla in the 60, Boxhound in the 48 Patton, trio of 57 heavies with Bag of Wonders, Dola and Maydu, Icy Dead Ants, and 3 Markable in the E5. Over to you, Legit, so you can do TG.
Over on TG, we got Traumatosis in an Object 268, Captain McCorgy in a 263, that 907 by Blue Crabs Are Fun, an IS-4 by Arcgen Sherman, 3 IS-7s by a Herd of Mud Turtles, MJ Tanker and Cruiser, 2 Object 270s by Enabled Bullet and JCal, and a 705A by Paladin.
Affirmative. Now, do you want to go through and how exactly we went through the process to get to try to figure out the best gameplay for everybody?
Yeah, so first off, most people are just going to think that the Russians are going to come out and smack the Americans just based off their armor and all this, that, and the other, their speed, everything. But me and Hells went out and tried to find some maps where the Americans had a pretty good chance. So we picked this map based off where the cap is and that the Americans are going to be up on a hill. The Americans have a lot of gun depression, and while the Russians are fast to get there, the Americans have the heat, and when they're trying to come up the hill, all the Russian armor is flat, and that equals bad.
Yes, sir. This, off to you. Over to you, sir, on tactical analysis and how you would attack if you were in the Soviets.
Yeah, I think one of the keys that Legit just pointed out is you want to get up and really press that Soviet armor up into the battle quickly. Close quarters combat against American tanks, advantage Soviets. Distance, the Americans. Pretty simple. And if you add a ridge line, even better for the Americans. Interesting that TG is very spread in their attack right now. Basically picking each side of the island almost like a pincer.
Somebody's having some good vision, lighting up 277 all the way out there in Hotel Land.
263's getting worked by these E4s.
Yeah, again, that's one of the things we saw in the earlier map. Having those Soviet TDs at distance, they just get chewed up.
Look at the positioning on this 907. He basically went right up the middle.
Yep.
Down
M60
goes
versus
that
907.
263.
I think he's a bit of a bait to try to pull NFTG out of their hidey holes. And then they've set up kind of this ridge line of tanks to board them.
Which would you take, the 907 or the M60?
M60.
Oh, M60.
APCR and heat versus Russian. I win.
That 907 just came into the game just too nerfed. my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's not what the PC version is in any shape, form, or fashion by a long shot.
And we've seen, anybody who watched any PC comp knows that it's one of the favorite tanks of PC comp because it is so good. We haven't seen really many people at all use it in comp on the console version.
Here we go. We got a push rotating in. TG now pushing Beachhead. Crab doing a great job lighting him up. I mean, going up there, he is doing a great job. You know
making
exactly
that tank
where to push
work.
it. Right.
Now, how much are these tanks that bleed coming across the beach? Well, Jay took 3 shots. 4 shots. Ouch.
Here comes Maydew in the 57 rotating. 907 needs to get up underneath
PG is
cover again.
bleeding a lot. That each push and the ridge line that NFTG is holding, they are just bleeding them. Because those TDs are so stout in that position, those IS3s and E4s in that position, they can rotate everything else to stuff this push by PG on the other side of the map. Now it comes down to trades and who trades better. Americans from elevation or Soviets from below?
Turtle going up and around now. Trying to make
It's interesting to see. Turtle's ammo racked, but has not used the repair kits yet, so.
Turtle said it'd be in trouble here in a minute. Once Pure Light swings around and puts a shot in his butt, it's gonna be GG's.
Oh, the E4's gonna jump on him. Oh, looks like it. Jump, 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 jump.
Oh, there goes the one big shot. Now he's a one shot and he goes down pretty quickly. Those TDs from that elevated position are just too tough to push against. And it looks like a cleanup operation on the other side of the map. Again, I think TG had a good lineup of tanks. I think the strategy to wait so long to get up underneath the guns just allowed them to get bled out.
I think one TC's attack the first time we watched this, just pushing them straight up the middle. It's where the flattest ground is, and it bottlenecks it to where they can get the tanks through to.
You can't get enough guns focused in that one area to hold them off.
Go with them to subscribe. 3 months. Thank you so much, Eco, coming out. You guys, tell the guys over at Steel Dragon, guys and gals, big shout outs from Hells, and thank you for everything. I'll go down some damage here really fast. Tramatosa 1616, and that IS-7. JCal and the 277 blocking 1580, doing 1481. Paladin and the 705A, 2251, 1190. And then Sherman down here, IS-4, 2205, blocking 1200. Over to the NFTG side. I can talk, I promise. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Here we go. All right. 2200 for 3 markable on that E5. 2279, 2 kills. Let's go Dola in the 57 heavy, 2899, blocking 440. And then we're going to start pulling out some crazy numbers. Bag of Wonders, 57 heavy, 2 kills, 35-28. Oxhound and his patent coming out 4,641 with the kill and blocking 980. And then Pure Light in that E4, 2 kills, going 977, 5,539 damage and blocking 490. Back to you, Dis.
Yeah, I just again, we'll see as now NFTG takes over the offensive side of things, whether or not they're going to try to really push and get up in the Americans' face as soon as possible. And now watching this map, this will be the 4th battle we've seen tonight on this map. It really seems like that's the best strategy. And the American TDs are really nasty on that hill, especially grouped together.
Right. All right.
Yeah, the T-57 and the TDs of America are what help keep them in flux with the Russians, because the American TDs I find are superior to the Russian TDs. Yeah, I love the 263 and the 268, but
Ooh.
Well, but
Look at that. That's nasty. Who would have thunk
yeah,
that?
Yeah, but you also saw just how effective that pattern is up on a ridge line. I mean, I forget, what was it? I forgot who was in it, but they plunking out 4 or 5K of damage. I mean, that's just ridiculous, right?
So, Omega and Chaos. Omega, I'll let you go down the TG side, and then Chaos, if you want to go down the boys from NFTG.
Will do.
Go ahead and do NFTG.
You want me to go ahead and lead off Omega since I got the roster going?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright, so we got Pure Light in the 268. We got Skrilla in the 430U. We got Ants, Bees, and Box in the IS-7s. We got Bag of Wonders in the 277. And we got Cornbread, 3 Markable, and Dilla bringing up the 7 and 5 Alphas.
3 705s, huh?
Right.
Yeah, that's designed to push. That is designed. They're not going to sit in the back, believe me.
Supercharged 705As with IS-7s?
Pretty
Yes.
much.
This is to get up and dirty quick.
I see a lightning attack coming from NFTG.
They're out here to have fun. Wouldn't expect anything less. It looks like they pulled out a second.
Yep. Good.
Oh, I was about to go down the TG side until I saw NFTG pulled out the second 268. So TG Paladin is in an E4 along with Traumatosis. You have Captain in his E3. You have 2 patents ran by Tanker and Coach. 3 57 heavies ran by Blue. A herd of Mud, Turtle, and Crusher. And then 2 E5s in Dingle and Jay.
I think as we've seen before, that's a really good American lineup.
I'm thinking if we gave them options that they'd bring out, half the team would be E3s and E4s.
Oh yeah.
I think what we need to do one time is do a 5v5, and you have to bring one of each category of tank. Tier 10.
Oh, I'd love to see that. That'd be fun. All right. So we know what the Americans are going to do. The question is, what are the Soviets going to do? Their lineup here.
It is looking middle.
Maybe a middle push. I really think that's the best place to go up is that middle
That's
ramp
where they're
there.
stacking.
That kind of, yeah.
At 277 IS7, we're stacking up and waiting. Yeah, I think they're going to be using the 268s to cover them as they push up the middle. Now that's teamwork. That's pretty beautiful teamwork by NFTG and watching this group.
Yeah.
Flying V
all that
formation.
armor.
Look at that. The flying V.
Here we go. IS-7's going to be helping the 705s, 430U, helping. Nope, he's going to go ahead and go around. They're going to let Corbred.
Yeah, you can't get all the guns on them, and that's the key at that hill. And I think NFTG realizes that you can only get so many guns, so they know where they all are now. Gigs up, and they get the guns on them.
So now where can you start the choke point? You essentially, you want to start clogging up choke points so they can quit their advance. So you're, Traumatosis is all by himself in an E4 over here. Here comes the E5s. Here we go. It's going to be 5 tanks shooting at one E4. Nice
Did you
block.
see that? How Pure Light was using his 268 to block
Yeah,
the side shots as he was sitting there?
that's a really good teamwork right there.
Oh, here they're coming in behind him.
Yep.
Let's see
This
if
is smart by TG. Yep, really good play. Use the mobility and get in
Let them
behind him with
commit.
that alpha.
And
Get
that
those
the
57s
DPM.
humming. And if TG needs, on the other hand, they need to keep moving. Just keep moving. It's like Boxhound and 3 Markable are to run a little delaying tactic with their 705A and IS-7. Really smart play there by NFTG right now. Slowing down this rear flank push. And now these 57s are on reload. That's problematic.
Oh,
The NFTG was able to go and sweep all the way up, and now they can swing all their. And look, now you got a counter rotation coming around the backside with the 268. Mud Turtle is, yeah, boom.
Mido just wiped a couple out. I mean, that was a really smart play on TG's side. But again, the amount of hit points an IS-7 and 705s have, that they were able to weather the storm. Because they can basically take, what, a clip and a half, a clip and 3/4 on a T-57?
Oh, yeah.
And still survive, so yeah.
Well, and that was the aggression we were waiting to see. Just take that Soviet armor and smash it right into the Americans. And I'd say 9 times out of 10, the Soviets are going to win that.
Right. Really quick, so let's do some damage rundown. TG, Corgi coming out with a 1253 in that E3. Blue Crab, 1152 in that 57 heavy. Turtle coming out 2431. And blocking 1140 in that T57 heavy. And then it was just all NFTG. They definitely, the pressure was on. Skrilla 430U coming out there with the 1906 blocking 4. Ants coming in IS-7, 2 kills, 1503. Dola coming in there with 705A, 2637 and a kill, blocking 4. 3 Marco coming in that 705A, 2570, 2 kills. Pure Light did do some blocking and stuff for some peeps, so that was pretty awesome. Being a good team member. Cornbread coming in 2544 in the 705A, blocking 1200. And then the damage climbs up from there. Bag of Wonders 277, 3365, going 997, blocking 2100. And then Maydu in his 268, 3 kills, 3897. Straight out the gun, 776.
Okay. NFTG running the Russians again. Let's see what TG can do for defense.
Well, and in the earlier match with Steel Dragons, we saw that extending the defense, especially on the HJ line up near the tracks, worked out really well with some TDs kind of hanging in the back along the 1-2 line.
Yeah, it worked for both teams last time.
Yeah, I think if you can see the hill that basically on the south side of the map, the team that owns that hill ends up winning the game.
I wonder if we're going to see Boxhound in a 100 LT or not.
Oh, I'd love it. Oh, he's not? No.
No.
Ooh. Wow. He's pretty damn good in that too, though.
Yeah. I like the 263 over the 268.
Yeah.
You want to go over NFTG's lineup?
Alrighty.
I'm going to save my voice just for commentating, so
Okay.
I'll let you guys do the lineups.
All right, I'll go down.
Go
to
ahead,
the
Nils.
keys. All right, here we go. Pure Light. Maydew, 268. Boxhound, 263. We know how dangerous he is in that. Skrilla, Dola, 430 U's dead. Ants, bees, oh my, IS-7s. Don't forget a 277 that's just full of bag of wonders. Cornbread, bringing out his 3 markable 705As.
You're getting better at that every time, Hells. And TG, Paladin's running his E4 again, along with Arcgen Sherman. And then you have Captain in his E3. You have 3 Patents ran by Blue, Tanker, and Coach. And then 257 Heavies by Trumptosis and Cruiser. And then Dingies and J in their E5s.
Alrighty, guys.
Okay.
Tundra.
We saw what NFTG is capable of doing when they push with a lot of focus. The difference now is that because this map's a little bit more spread out, you can create different angles of fire and different layers of defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how Tactical Gaming is able to kind of structure their defense a little bit differently.
I'm wondering if the TDs like Boxhound and them are going to sit up on the hill for a little bit at the E8, or if they're just going to push both sides. We'll see.
I've seen some crazy stuff where you can sit up on that hill and you can hit people that get in that kind of almost that cap area.
Okay.
Just rail on them. I don't know
It
if
just
that's gonna
depends
be
on
their
how-
play. Yeah,
Yeah,
what
how
the defense
aggressive.
looks like. The
But
speed
2-6
of the Soviet TDs
Yeah.
are great because you can get them into position very quickly.
Yeah, so if they
it
get
looks
up
like
there
a
and
K
look,
line push. This is a smart play.
yeah.
They're at a
Oh,
group,
they're like,
and then they'll
countering
dive
each
down
other
that
perfectly.
K line, and they will want to get down there like in K1, K2, and clean it out, and then that's how to neutralize the American armor.
MJ Tanker and Coach out there with their getting the vision. Still haven't spotted anything from NFTG. NFTG is just sitting and grouping up at the JK09 again. Just to push and force again. Just like you stated
Meanwhile-
last time, Dis. Can't get the guns on all of them at once if they're spread out.
They're spread out, and look, they've already committed 3 tanks to the northern side of the map. Those guns will not be in the game.
Especially how slow the 57 Heavy is.
Oh yeah.
It is kind of smart how the Patents are trying to get vision, but they only really needed 1.
They can't
But what
find
is
them.
this? What is this play? The NFTG? They're being, well,
No,
you know,
they're
15-minute
no,
cat.
they're in a group that's
They're
gonna
gonna
go
protect
straight
the
down
Pope.
the K line and they're gonna
Yep.
kill everything.
This
Yep.
is one of those. They're gonna, when they surround somebody with a whole bunch of cop cars. This is a straight up
Yep.
escort rammer. Here
Oh,
they
now
come.
they're-
And they're
Look
to
at the
ignore.
speed.
They're to ignore that.
Look at the
They're
speed.
gonna go straight down at it.
Oh, they're coming right for the E4s.
Yep. They're gonna go right down at it.
It's like a swarm of locusts. Holy cow!
And the floodgates of the Soviets come crashing in. Mother Russia putting on a show.
Yeah, and the more they push down, the tanks up above now really don't have great shots on them. And it's a little bit like the strat they ran last time.
A
Is
little time
keep
there.
moving and keep killing.
It's like Dola and Boxhound are going to go out and go after J-Cal.
Yep, smart.
E3 is almost already dead at
He's
110.
isolated.
E3 down.
Now they can flip around.
It's all up to the flankers of
Jay's
TG.
doing a good job staying alive, though. Jay's doing a really nice job, but he's down to a one shot. Oh, he's in trouble.
Great maneuvering by Boxhound on in the reverse rotation.
And then you see how smart, NFTG is. Sniffs down to a one shot, so he's instead of hang back, keep his gun in the game, back up his buddies.
Yeah. Once somebody from NFTG gets hit once or twice, they fall back and only poke when they need to.
Yeah.
A lot of people
So
that we've played with, like Sample and other people like that, that's what they say is you're not going to knock them out because they will be hiding from you.
I do have to
until
say
you're
a big
almost
giant
dead.
shout out to TG. KMD and On Your 6 were not able to field the team. So it was supposed to be NFTG versus either one of those two teams. But TG came in here wanting to go against NFTG. So I do give a big giant shout out to these guys.
Oh,
coming out
yeah.
and
These
facing
guys
some
are
of the best
great.
of the world.
Absolutely. And that's a hard. What they just went against right now, I think any team would have a difficult time dealing with that. In Soviet group tanks with tons of armor coming at you. Jeez.
And running away, yeah.
All right, let me just get the scoreboard all lined up here. There we go. Do some quick damage rundowns while we get everything swapped around. TG, man, once they did get some fire going, they were doing pretty good. They were just the absolute blunt force of the NFTG shoving the armor down the Americans. Coach and his Patton coming out there with the 1494. Blue Crab coming out with the 1551 in that Patton. NGS coming out 1876. MJ coming out there 1265 and a kill in that Patton. And then Cruiser in a 57 heavy 1916. Over on NFTG side, damage is actually spread pretty decently. Everybody is above a grand. Only a couple below 1500. So some notables here. Maydu 268 coming out with 2 kills, 2181 going 4 for 4 for 4. 3 markable out there in the 705A with 2538, blocking 1580, getting a kill. Dola in the 430U, blocking 1640, dealing out 2681 in damage, and also getting 1539 assisted. Great job, Dola. Over to Pure Light though. Object 268, 2 kills, 3962, going 866. And NFTG is now going to be defending with the Americans. What are you guys?
Yeah, I don't think TG's initial lineup of tanks or what they were planning was all that bad. I think what just got them more than anything was lack of intel. Those patents could not sniff out where the tanks were grouping. And I think even a little bit of knowledge like that could have helped least get those tanks that were up in the north in the game. So intel is still critical in any comp match, and establishing that intel early is huge.
Yeah, but with a team such as TG, they should have. You would have thought that how far they did push those patents over. At a certain point, they should have known they were just in one little area and rotated back already, because they had seen 2/3 of the map,
a lot of the
3/4
map.
of the map already. So, yeah.
Yep.
But again, it's
And we
still
might-
hard. You can't fight off that much straight up armor pushing at you. So
Yeah.
I don't.
That's why
even
I say
if,
it's almost, you almost got to gamble, Omega. That's my thought. Is you got to keep that American armor kind of tight together. I think that's where it works best. The American armor spread just seems to get shredded.
But I don't even think that unless they were head-on full group, even if all the Americans were along that ridge line, the way that NFTG just pushed through and spearheaded it, that they were just wiping one
Would've
tank at a
broke it.
time, and the Americans couldn't have put enough damage in and tracking people to deter them from just, locust
Cleaning
swarming
up.
tank by tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Focus because you can't focus 20 or 10 tanks at once, where
Nope.
the NFTG was going straight at it and focusing things down. So
All right, here, guys.
impressive.
Legit will run down this set, I think. Right, everybody's got to do it. Chaos had
Yep.
to step away. All right, legit. Here we go. On the TG side, Dingiest Rat coming out in the 277. Coach J Cal, Herder Mud Turtle, got to be coming out there trying to swing the big bat of the IS-7. Arkin coming in there with the IS-4. Let's see how he does. He put up some good blocking numbers last time. MJ coming in there with the 140. Paladin in the 430U. Captain Corgi in that 263, and then the pair of 268s from Tomatosis and Blue Crab. Go ahead. Over to you, legit.
Over in our friends at NFTG, we got triple E5s by Mino, Pure Light, Remarkable, triple 57 Heavy by Dola, Bag of Wonders and Cornbread, a 48 patent by Boxhound, an M60 patent by Skrilla, and double E4 by Sniff My Wagon, and an influx of bees.
I really wanted to see someone bring a bunch of Soviet medium tanks, though.
Mhm.
I'm not going to lie.
I think we would have seen that if we go to highway. We play highway.
Mm.
It's the only time I think. Because it's just more open, more conducive to the
Yep.
swarms.
Got a lot of
Yeah.
3 mark tanks here on the NFTG side on their Americans.
Yes. Yeah, technically you can get, with the 10-100 format, you can get 2 of every Russian tech tree tank out there.
Be crazy.
Definitely interested to see what is TG gonna try doing.
Oh,
what
are they going to do the river push?
They are.
Oh, this looks like a repeat of what we saw in the earlier match.
But if, say, in the earlier match, if they would have taken a right at the end of the river and pushed around
Yes.
rather than splitting,
Yes.
it's more
You're
possible
correct.
because then they can get up out of it. If they take that left, then they just keep themselves in a bowl.
They're not particularly grouped either. They're a little drawn out here. And Paladin's already spotted.
Oh, Paladin
Fired off
getting
a nice quick snapshot.
snapshot, right?
That was good. But now NFTG knows where they're at. I do think Omega's correct, is that you want to actually make a right out of here. And you could almost actually swarm up and really pinch the map.
snap shot on the M60 hammer action.
I like the cap pressure. Really smart play there by TG. Got a little battle going on the backside too.
They're not focus firing. That's the crazy part. If you look at it,
Yep.
the 430U was focusing the M60, and then the other tank was focusing.
And the thing is they're trying to push, but look how staggered the TG push is. They have tanks that are not really well supported. You know, the NFTG was able to keep all of its Soviet armor within like at one tank distance of each other, and they're kind of spread out, which is making it easy for NFTG and the American armor to kind of focus out the Soviet armor.
Yeah, if they would have, TG would just put where that dead 268 is, put one tank to kind of hold down there, and the rest of them swarm behind this rock and going right, and just taking down the M60, then they would have been on even grounds on either side of this cap. So,
Yeah.
But again, caster's view.
Easier to make that call from up above.
Yeah.
It's harder when you're
Yeah.
down in the mix, for sure.
Yeah, I might have a Super Unicum WN8 when I'm a caster, but it's far from that when I'm playing.
Very true. Very true.
Run down some quick damage here. Great job to both teams coming out. Thank you so very much. Putting on a hell of a show on this WNF Halloween special. Traumatosis in the 1748 and that 268. Paladin, the 430U did come in at a 1930. NFTG side damage is spread across the whole board. Some Dola coming out there 57 heavy with almost 31. We'll give him 20 points. The 2 points. 3100 and a kill blocking 1530. Coming in there Boxhound 2299. Good 2300 assist at 1137. And then Bag of Wonders down here 3311. 2 kills. Great job going out to NFTG and to TG. I'll let you guys have the floor. A couple minutes, let you guys do seat by seat, you know, to close out the show.
Well, do we want to see if they want to play highway or not, since we do have some time? Or
I mean, if they still wanted to play highway, we have time.
NFTG says they'd like to play. I'm just waiting to see if
We would finish out the whole
yeah,
storyline.
'cause we didn't get to see highway at all.
Right.
Hey, that one's encounter too.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's why this makes it a little more interesting. It's not attack defend, except for
I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in this evening. Come out and watch the show as we hear Omega's new puppy in the background.
it's abuse. The animal's abusing me.
So I think when it came down to the actual map picks, I think it was pretty fair.
Yeah, it's really just the tactics you choose with the tanks you have, that's what's kind of cool about this game, right? You have tanks with different capabilities that work differently in different spaces. It's utilizing those tanks and maximizing that strategic opportunity. And I think tonight, in both matches, we saw the teams that were able to really kind of hone what the meta is for their tank lineup on that map proved successful with those Soviets. Again, not to overly simplify it, but that kind of smash and grab in your face and get up and close and personal with the Americans seems to be the right tactic. Again, the American side, play from more distance, use ridge lines, use that heat, use that big alpha of their TDs. And if you can get that combination humming for you, that's a GG on your side. This one's going to be interesting, though. The encounter is down in the city, and the spawn points are kind of kitty-cornered on each side of the map, so it's kind of a race towards that southeast side of the map.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how much armor versus how much mobility
Nope,
for those
TG's
rear
leaving.
side flanks and things like
nope.
that. Oh
TG
no,
has to
they're
go.
both leaving. Well, we were just theorizing.
Dang.
Next time.
Next time.
Next time. Well, that was still a fun night, and I think both teams. I love doing these battlegrounds and having the different nations go at it. It kind of also helps us. It kind of validates all the kind of discussion and sometimes arguments people have about which side is better, what tank is better. And again, using the tank correctly in the right way when you have the opportunity. We got to see that tonight a lot, and it was really cool. So we appreciate all the teams coming out and putting on this show for us.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Dis. November, how else to celebrate Thanksgiving than your independence from Britain? It's going to be the Americans versus British for the next World at War. Let's see how, who's going to dump whose tea into the harbor this time.
Yeah, I like it.
Over to you, Omega.
Just had a lot of fun modding these special events. It's always fun watching teamwork. Again, with the focus fire and the precision of how some of these teams run together, doesn't matter what tanks or what nation you're running. It's all about the teamwork and the focus fire. So thank you for all the teams for coming out, and so does Twilight, so thank you.
I guess that goes over to the Chaos. Are you back, sir? I'm going to take that as a no. Okay. Well, let's see. I've started out with something poetic. See if I can finish out everything on a nice poetic note. Ladies and germs, be safe tomorrow as you and your kids go into the All Hallows Eve. Make sure to grab your tanks, get your Gornich, get your craft, get your kaiju. Don't forget to grab that wraith that's in the back. Keep it tight, keep it simple. Preemies in the tubes. Set me up, loves you. Be safe. Peace out, guys. GG's.